guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today's tutorial, we're all about pierogies. Now pierogies are a flour dumpling with a savory filling, and they basically originate out of the Eastern European countries like Poland, Czech Republic, and even the Ukraine. Now, depending on which country or which region of a country or even which grandma's recipe you're following, the fillings can vary. But I find that across the board, the most popular filling is a potato and onion filling, followed by a potato, onion, and cheese filling, and onion and sauerkraut filling. You can even find meat fillings as well as dessert-like pierogies. However, the dessert ones and the meat filling ones are nowhere near as popular as the potato fillings. And that's what I'm going to show you how to make today. So, enough talking. Let's get cooking.
Let's start by making our filling. You need 2 to 3 russet potatoes, and then we are going to wash them, peel them, cut them into small cubes, and then we're going to boil them. So to a pot of boiling water, I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of salt. Then add your potatoes, and we're going to cook those until they are fork tender. Once they're fork tender, we can then go ahead and drain them. Now place your drained potatoes in a large mixing bowl, and I like to start off by using a potato masher. It just makes it easier. Break them down a little. And then to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 teaspoons of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, a 1/4 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, and 2 ounces of cream cheese. Then with a hand mixer, combine all the ingredients and whip the potatoes until they're nice and smooth. And when you're done, your mixture should feel something like loose Play-Doh. Like this. Now on the stove, let's heat up a pan and add 2 tablespoons of butter. We need to cook off some onions. So to the butter, I'm going to add 1 cup of chopped onion and just saute them until they're soft and start to turn nice golden brown. Let's season our onions with some salt to taste. So now these onions are nice and soft and starting to turn golden brown, so we're going to shut it off and add it to our potato mixture. Let it cool for a few minutes so you don't burn yourself. And now just use the hand mixer and mix the onions into the potato mixture. Okay, so our filling is done. Let's put that to the side so we can start our dough. You'll need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt and 1 egg, and I'm just going to lightly or quickly beat the egg before adding it to the flour. And then 1/2 cup of hot water. Now you want to make sure you're using hot water, otherwise in the end your pierogi dough will be tough instead of light and chewy. So now just mix all the ingredients together. And then just get in there with your hands and start bringing the flour together. Once your dough comes together enough, we need to turn it out onto a floured board. And then you need to knead the dough. Now you need to do this until your dough is smooth, and it usually takes about 10 minutes. Then just shape it into a ball and cover it with a towel and let it rest for 15 minutes. Here 15 minutes have gone by, so now we're going to actually roll out the dough. So put some more flour out on the board, flour your rolling pin, and just begin to roll out your dough. You're going to start in one direction, and then you're going to give it a quarter turn and roll it again. And then another quarter turn, and continue doing this until you get your dough as thin as possible. Not only do you want your dough nice and thin, you also want it even. Once you've rolled out your dough, we need to start cutting it. I've purchased a wonton pierogi cutter and mold, and it actually works really well. But if you don't have one, just go ahead and use a cookie cutter. Once you're done cutting out all your pierogi wrappers, take the extra dough and just put it off to the side, save it because we're going to roll that out and make more. Now here is the little pierogi wonton mold. Just add your wrapper to it. And then I measured out about a tablespoon of filling and place it in the center and smush it down, and then pinch the edges together. And there you have it, a pierogi. If you don't have a pierogi mold, you can do this by hand. Just place the dough in your palm, put a little filling in the center, dip your finger in some water and rub it along the edges, and then pinch the dough closed with your fingers. Like this. So I'm just gonna finish making these pierogies. Okay, now this is the extra dough, so I'm gonna roll it out again, same thing, and then cut out some more wrappers. And just continue the process until all the dough is gone. So here I have about 24 pierogies. So most likely you'll have leftover filling, but better have leftover than not enough. So now let's cook our pierogies. In some boiling water, I'm just gonna add a few pierogies at a time. You only wanna cook a few at a time so they don't stick together. And make sure you stir them so they don't stick to the bottom of the pot. It'll take anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes for your pierogies to be fully cooked, and you'll see they'll float to the top and the dough will become nice and plump. Then just remove them and place them to the side on some oiled parchment paper so they don't stick. Once all your pierogies are cooked, we're gonna pan fry them in some butter. So here I have a skillet on the stove. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter to that. And now I'm just gonna take my cooked pierogi and place them in the pan. I have my heat on about medium, and just gently cook them in the butter till they start to crisp up just a little, and then flip them and cook them on the other side. And do this until all your pierogies are cooked. These are nice and golden brown and ready to eat. So let's plate it and taste it.
Okay, so here they are, guys, pierogies, and I can't wait to taste them. Let's see. The chewiness from the dough, but yet just a little crispness from pan frying them in some butter. That creamy potato and cheese filling with the little bits of onion running through it. So much better than store-bought, I'm telling you. I hope you guys try and enjoy this recipe. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on anything. And as always, guys, until next time, bye!